going live in 2 places. Could be echoey. Just kidding. Hopefully not. I also brought that over for Maddox.
For Maddox.
Maddox, my nose is
She's
stuffy.
getting over a cold, so she says by nose.
Coated by doze. We're going to be looking in
And
2
I
places.
say sympathy.
You're hardly in there.
allergies.
I need to move it over a tad so they can see you too. So we're both on the edge. So we're here in your screen, really good. But down here, we're just like on the edge, on either edge of the screen,
Ooh,
which is fine.
I
But
can take
it's cool.
a video of what.
She's gonna take. We're just doing all the technology.
This is
stuff.
how professional podcasts become professional.
We're professionals and listeners at the same time.
We learn as we go.
We
are
learn as we
humble
go.
Students of this craft.
Actually, and that's probably what we'll end up talking about, because I don't know if all one of you listeners know that we started our podcast on Valentine's Day last year.
We had the ultimate Galentine's Day.
Yeah. So it's coming up again this year. And that will be the start of our season 2.
Season 2 happening Valentine's Day 2020. Cinco.
Ocho Cinco. That's all I'm going to say.
The year
Chad
of nine.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco.
Do we know him?
Do we know him? Jonathan, look him
He's
up. Jonathan is our intelligent producer behind the scenes. That's
Yes,
part of our
Jonathan. Take care of that.
imagination, but also is real because it's a shared energy of organizational desire that hovers around both of us, and we tap into it from time
So
to time.
Jonathan,
Thanks, Jonathan, for looking that up. We'll put it in the show notes.
yeah. We won't talk about it here because Jonathan is very shy of a
Being seen. He's
Here.
he's afraid of being seen because he's invisible. So anyway.
if your name coincidentally is Jonathan and you do that type of stuff and you want to be a free intern, slide into our DMs. Do they even say that anymore?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think it's something else now.
It's probably something else.
Lean in for a second so people can see you. Okay.
Hello.
Anyways, if you have any questions while we're here, I know, thousands of you are just glued to your screen right now.
Yeah.
So it might take me a second to see it because I'm going to be looking up at our other actual. This one, our Instagram live is more casual. This one's very professional.
Something's happening. So
Yeah.
it's chaotic.
Do we have can we get a thumbs up? Can it see?
Extremely
I'm still
excited.
I'm still trying to make it work.
That's a thumbs up. Nope.
No. Oh well. I like it. Whee!
Not even the
No.
robot is tuned in.
Happy birthday. Nothing. Okay.
Celebration. Okay.
Anyways, so
Anyway,
we've done how many? 34 or 5 podcasts this year. So we're thinking, or season for this season. We have a couple more, obviously, we'll do before we get to our anniversary.
Yep.
Do you guys have any ideas you want to do for us to do on our anniversary? Let us know. Like, I can't think of anything. Anyway, really just ideas because we've got none.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Do you?
No.
Maybe the pressure is on. Once we get off of here, then we'll think of stuff. But
Well, you've planted a seed for me with flowers and balloons and as well. So maybe minus balloons, but plants in general in our Sisterhood of the Traveling Plant.
Oh yes, yeah.
An extension of that I feel will be because I want it to be. Oh, I did have an inspiration today. Remember, it was about the translucent, like iridescent pink. Remember, but I don't remember what triggered that. I was saying it's that kind of Valentine's where it's like a translucent, shimmering.
Yes, I do remember that.
But I don't remember what we were looking at. We saw an object that triggered this like inspiration in me to embrace the shiny, bright, almost like the 80s prom shiny pink side of like and embracing our light as a like.
Do we need to do an 80s
Yeah,
Dress
bro.
up,
Maybe. I
dress up like
mean,
80s
yeah, but like your
prom.
take on it, because I probably won't do it literal, because I like to take elements from that stuff and incorporate it into whatever I see now. So I wouldn't want to show up as a party pooper not dressing full on.
No, I think what we do is we take 80s prom, whatever that means to you, with
Oh, I love that.
whatever you have in your closet.
Okay,
So
perfect.
we're not
Dude,
going
it's
out
on.
and buying shit.
Write it down.
So 80s inspired outfits and maybe hair and makeup if we
Okay.
want to. So like a scrunchie. Like I'll wear my hair this exact same way, but it may have a scrunchie.
And can I go back, circle round to where that thread of thought came from and how
Yes.
it ties into our anniversary? I still don't know what we saw, what we were looking at.
Was I looking at balloons and flowers and
No, because we were
lights and-
walking. It was when we were in City
Oh.
Center. But anyway, I was saying something about opening your heart, and it's deeper than what the outcome was, but that's why it's perfect, because the outcome looks kind of surface level, like outwardly, but that's the point, because I did the alchemical work to rebirth this notion of an aesthetic that I have in my mind of like the not fluorescent, but the like luminescent multi-dimensional light shining through that kind of pink, like that you get with things bouncing off of silver, that chromatic pink and like dimensional light. Part of what we painted with the Chad today.
Yes.
But
I was
in a
just
pink,
thinking about that.
That's probably what it was. Is because I want the pinks version of that. The pink, like the bubblegum, like the 80s neon, that electricity
Yes.
in color form.
Okay.
And the prismatic, like you remember the glitch effect, like where it's like
Yeah.
like where it has like turquoise and cyan and magenta and yellow, like
Yes.
overlapping each other, so it looks like a TV glitch. Like it's like whatever creates that effect, in art, it's light based. And so I was thinking taking the heaviness out of Valentine's Day and then peeling that back a layer, because we've embraced this Valentine's Day kind of culture, but going deeper into Valentine's Day and what
Okay.
it means to like keep your heart open towards any kind of relationship, but like friendship, like but like female based friendship,
Yeah.
because we're the same species and there's the same like resonance with our wombs and our heart spaces. So it's like bringing that conversation into the Valentine's Day. To me right now, as I'm speaking about it, it feels red and deep, but like in a nurturing way. So I'm like rethinking my art of it, but what sparked it, ironically, maybe it's somewhere in the middle, maybe it's exactly that Chad picture, because what sparked it, this idea, was the light pink airy up in the like crystalline, like 5D crystal palaces floating in pink and blue cotton candy clouds with like sparkling crystalline dripping like plasma technology. It's all like light based and like prismatic and gorgeous. Everything's like crystal palaces.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like that kind of side of what light and electricity feels like to me in my body. It's
Ooh.
like the fun,
That's gonna be hard.
iridescent, and that's what 80s music does to my body. I resonate with the like analog sound of the like messing with when they introduced electronic into music between the 70s and 80s. That shit
That's so
sends
weird.
tingles all the way down my whole entire system.
To the radio.
Not
I don't know
that
why.
song at all.
Well, there's a part in that song that like does this weird.
But it's more like
electric
actually,
thing.
this is
Sorry.
appropriate. No,
That's
please.
what came to me
exactly
in my head.
right. So I'm like painting my
I'm early 80s. You're later 80s.
It's I don't know. It's like I was born at the end of it, so it's kind of like it's what I was hearing in the womb. What? Oh.
I'm just like how old I am. I was kidding. Oh, go ahead.
No, we don't age shame.
No, we don't.
But it's this. Hold on, let me just. I know exactly.
I want to see.
Is this
now I got to find that picture. I know we have it still.
Because just wait, it's so dramatic.
Oh my God, look at that picture.
Okay. That.
Yes.
He knows this is my. Like she's about to have psychosis.
Don't play too much of it because we'll get in trouble. But
nobody knows. It's just the next. This is Gunship. But anyway, I'm gonna fast forward to the part because you hear all the 80s elements here.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
bro, that's vibration. Like it makes me feel like
yes,
primally alive in my whole body. So it's basically when like electronics came onto the scene, something happened with resonance, I think, and it just like shifted something for certain people. Like it activated some kind of channel of resonant communication between, because it's instant. My whole body reacts, and that's measurable. Like
yeah,
EKGs and like monitoring your brainwaves. It's like all my centers light up when I hear that kind of frequency, and it's so cool. And there's kids. I hate to say kids, sorry, because I'm getting to that age where I start to say that. But there's young people. there's freaking talented young artists who are replicating. It's like something within that decade shifted across all fronts of global infrastructure. I think in technology, probably all this stuff. And there was like a reverberation that came out of it that people started picking up on at the same time that technology allowed them to practice and play with sounds that matched what they were feeling in their emotional state. And that's how the music started.
Yeah.
And that's how trend waves go with like what's going on all around.
Sorry, ADD. There was a light. It
Me
scared
too.
me.
Don't apologize. But anyway, that's my rampage about vibration with that sound.
I wonder if that works for all the different
genres and stuff.
Yeah, like does somebody resonate with 70s disco?
Oh hell,
I mean,
well, me for sure. I think I resonate with all of it.
Yeah,
but I do think that yes, like one person's inputs are very unique as their thumbprint. Like everyone's five senses are uniquely lensed to their DNA blueprint, right? And their not objective, but their subjective lens based on the amalgamation of their life experiences. It's like lens after lens, frame after frame after frame, just like on film. So that's your pattern, and that's how you're going to see, and that's how you're going to interpret. That's why we're all unique, because we're here to like put that back out as an expression, like the unique way we take things in. No one sees the same two things, or feels, or tastes, or smells. It's like everything is so unique. And anyway, I went on a rampage, but I wanted to wrap this thought up, ADD hashtag, because the fuck it's just going to be ADD instead of the fuck. But I wanted to wrap it up because that's what I visually see for the whole representation of what we were talking about before.
80s?
No, like, yeah, the colors of like the Valentine's version of like going from just flat red, flat pink, and then into the dark Valentine, the like blood red, like dark Valentine, which is cool. And that's how it feels to be in a very sacred feminine space of nurturing. It feels dark because it's dark and transformative, because that's how creation happens. Like it's alchemy.
But so we want to do the lighter.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's what's happening on this level. But my consciousness feels okay and comfortable to float in the fun. It's in the fun bubblegum colored version of it. And to me, that looks iridescent and fun and shiny and sparkly, like an 80s pink shell prom dress.
You guys might get knocked over on Instagram here, because
I say just don't worry and let it happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to pre-warn them, but maybe not.
No, I think it's good.
It's all good. Hashtag GSPs of Instagram. That's what I'll be doing on that.
It is. There you go.
So yes. So 80s.
Doing the like fun,
light,
bright, shiny, shiny 80s.
So we should do. So our So then we should do like we'll each make a playlist. Hopefully I remember this and I can rewatch this. But we'll each make a playlist of like some of our favorite 80s songs.
Okay. Yeah, mine are gonna be probably like the interpretations. And then I'll pull what actual 80s song it reminds me of from my actual memory.
Okay. I'll just pull from. I'm not that advanced.
No, I follow the feeling.
I will some of the ones that were, because I was in middle school and high school through the 80s. So I've got like that, like, oops, sorry. I've got the memories that are like a song plays and I'm like, so and so broke up with me, or I broke up with so and so that to that song or whatever it is. There was a football game.
Oh my God.
We were all hanging out, that kind of stuff. So
Oh God.
that will come up for me.
Well, that's going to be really cool. That's going to be really interesting to see. I think.
So we
that
won't
take on it,
and we won't be able to play it because we don't have the rights, but we can talk about the
we can
songs.
play it on
and
our
then,
phone. Like,
well, they can also go. Our one listener can go on to the show notes that day and then get our playlist.
if anyone ever makes it to this,
if
deep in the internet,
Spotify,
you'll know where to go.
You should have Spotify because, oh man, hold please. Rude. I just hung up on Rich. He should get on Instagram and watch.
It hung us up on there.
No.
We're gonna end here.
You stay here.
Or are we gonna keep
stay here.
Going?
Yeah, you keep talking. I'll
oh no,
figure it out.
This is the perfect time for me to abandon and get a drink, but I'm gonna talk because
we're still on. We're still on.
Oh.
Ouch! Did you hear that? That was my knees. Look at how good this little baby is being. Oh my gosh! I just ruined it. I'm sure of it.
No, nothing's ruined. So what else were we going to get into?
Well, we were going to get into more of what we want to do for season 2, which would be, so we had, what did we decide? We kind of randomly were like, ooh, we want to have this person on. We like this about them, blah, blah, blah. Great things. We had some wonderful guests on the show, which we want to have them back. Hopefully they come back. They'll be like our OG regulars.
Mm-hmm.
But so we decided, let's say we had 9. I think we had 9.
We had 15.
What?
Yeah, I counted it.
I was way off. That was not even
I told
close.
you it was a great percentage per episode, guests to frequency.
Oh yeah.
Guests
yeah. So we want to up it. We're going to up it. We decided we want to have, we're going to talk about yoga retreats. We're going to talk about crystals and healing powers of them. We're going to talk about Kundalini. This is what we hope, that we can get these people on and talk about this stuff. Oh, thank you. Oh
these are things that we've been covering.
I'm getting a bath.
That's
little
sweet.
facial.
He gets really in there. He knows the meridians.
Oh shit! I just triggered.
You have shit in the
look
podcast
at that.
Title names.
Yes, so I can say that. I think I've dropped the F-bomb a few times.
Oh, Maddox. Now it's just see, that's good.
Get it? That's where shit comes from.
Anyway.
Now I'm gonna start coughing because I'm laughing.
I think we should talk about that for a second. I think it's hilarious when you're sick and you have a remnant cough and you're in public trying to live your damn life because you feel like you got hit by a truck a few days ago and now you're like, oh, I have to function in society. What?
That actually just happened to me.
Exactly. So. And I think it's hilarious when someone makes a comment that's kind of funny that affords you like the courteous, like, ha, ha, yeah. And it turns into a full-on laugh because of the cough, not because it was funny. So you're in this place where you're like, don't think you're funny at all, actually. Sorry, I'm not. You have to like make up for it. And I've done that to her because she has felt bad the last few days. And I've said something where it's just several literally times. like that, where she's supposed to be like several times like that. And it turns into several times.
And then it goes into
but I'm actually coughing. It's not that
funny. I thought it was funny.
But I'm like,
I also
you.
then
I know I'm not that funny, but thank you for laughing.
I had a major coughing episode. Like when each time I laughed, like a little cute little ha 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 laugh that people do, that turned into like I almost threw up. Because I was coughing so much.
And I feel very flattered by the overreaction to my. I did that this morning while we're just here because we have one listener. I like threw up a little bit. like it was like reflux right when I woke up, reflux kind of. And then I realized, and I'm just gonna repeat what I told you. I realized it's because I ate healthy red vines yesterday, kind of like only.
Well, after she had lunch.
I had lunch.
And then, but she
I
does
had a lunch salad.
Tell them your eating system.
Well, I don't eat. I eat in a window, just intermittent. Like
yeah,
I eat in a window. I try to eat between just in an 8-hour window.
Yeah.
So it'll be like 10 to 7 or 11 to 6, maybe. Is that right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not. It's a thing. It's whatever.
It's
bro.
approximate.
The clocks are all backwards anyway. So, but anyway, so yeah. So I don't eat dinner super late. I eat it pretty early, kind of like an elderly folk type.
But
I'm kind of on that kind of schedule.
You ate.
But I had
earlier than like you finished eating because you were busy.
Yeah.
Earlier than normal, so you're
right. So my digestion was going. So I woke up with like red vine rejection fluid because I think I don't think that these things are healthy. I just think that they're less shitty. Like when they're made, like when they're not just made in someone's kitchen. You know what I mean? Like there's something that has to. Here we go. I'm not accusing.
One moment, please.
I'm not accusing anyone of anything, Yeti. She works for the government.
That's what you get here yet.
Oh, Maddox gave her the rundown.
Oh, what do you have? Ooh, you got not the hey. Oh, pardon you, old man.
He has a cough, so he can't even properly.
Come on,
threaten
get this
her.
one. Get it. Nope, not that one. Oh, why are you biting me? Hold on, Yeti.
Your bone is right. Her bone is right here.
It's the old. It's the one from, November, not the one from last week.
She knows. Yeah, she has those little date stickers.
Yeah,
like
she does.
Stickers.
She's like, or she smells it.
She has a bunch of Wednesday stickers in the bed.
Oh, again, now it's to the point where I want this one. No, go away. Good girl. Did you see that sit?
I did. She looked very. I think she knows that I'm on to her a little bit.
Good girl. Nope, get this one. Oh, whoa! What? She got you guys. We're probably gonna have to wait for.
Don't you fight.
Don't
bust out your best moves right now.
So yeah.
Hey, see, I'm telling you, he might snap. Like, you gotta be careful. Sometimes you never know. He might be fed up. I doubt it. I'm not gonna put that out.
Well, get the other new one that I put over here. Here it is. Here, take that one. That one's good. Oh man, Maddox, come on, Maddox.
Yeah,
you're always so agreeable. I'm so sorry. Now I feel bad because now you're like, because now he's like, I really wanted that one.
No, I don't think so. You have one. Just take it. That's good.
No, he's gonna go. Now he's gonna be so sad because he doesn't have it.
Look at him. He's just chilling.
Now he's okay now. See,
he's like, I got something.
He's so agreeable. Good boy.
Yeah.
She's a brat.
Because he's around others, Normally, look at him looking at himself.
No, look at you.
Look back at it. Look back at it.
Look back.
Then I put a fat rabbit on a rabbit. Look, that's 2 Chainz. Have you heard him though? 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the drum go. Wow, he knows what I'm talking about him. That is really cute face. He like knows he's being watched.
Wish you guys could see it. Sorry. Oh, you can kind of. He's right at the bottom.
I'm being admired. I am adorable.
Because I'm so cute. I'm a handsome boy.
He's an angel.
So, you want to hear something? This is so random, but I just looked up at my flowers. So I randomly bought flowers the other day because Rich, my husband, had his boss here. They were working on stuff in his office, and he's like, "Hey, can we all have lunch together?" And I was like, "Sure, we'll go get." So Rachel and I went to the store and to Circle A Farms, which I will put a link in here. We got hydroponic lettuce, and then we went and got all kinds of stuff to put on the salad. And I had 2 roasted chicken thighs, and then we put other chicken with it and mixed it all together and made like a chicken salad. Anyway, so we made this fun. We made a charcuterie. So I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get some flowers and I'm gonna put them in a vase, and it'll be so fun to just have them on the." I never do this stuff. That's why I'm telling you this. And so we had our pink peonies, and I forgot. We got full carrots at the store that had the greens on them. So I cut the greens and put them in the vase with the peonies, and they look so cool.
They're draping down. It's like this dripping emerald forest of ferns surrounded by fairy peony buds that are slowly opening
over the sides.
Clipping carrot tops.
Yes, that's going to be our
ensconced in fluffy pink cotton candy peony blossoms.
And then
it is magical.
We noticed that when we were washing our hands, that my soap is peony scented right next to the peonies, and it's pink. Boom.
See how that works? Exactamente.
I just thought I'd share that in case you ever had like stuff like that happen. I love stuff like that.
I do too. It's like, wow, the universe must be lining up something.
Yes.
They're beautiful, and they're slowly opening, and it's a shared favorite flower, although mine is ranunculus and peony.
I just think that
together.
It's funny that that's the name of it.
Redunculus.
Yeah, because I used to say redunculus all the time.
It is that.
So
I guess it's because it's like the Latin, like, shit.
I'll take it.
The biological name, but there's another way to say what type of name that is. It's Latin.
We'll have to look that shit up.
This is why I'm in a period of not trying to take in too much more information. I'm just trying to be a beginner, and I'm embracing that. And I'm not trying to open up my hall of knowledge, all the drawers that are really hard
to retain.
I'm trying to maintain like a sense of being present now and like being a beginner and absorbing what's coming to me, and then pairing that with what knowledge it clicks in with, instead of trying to constantly be pulling from my library to prove something outward. It's like I'm trying to absorb it like this, because I don't need to be researching anymore. I got books in my head now, dude. So many to where it's like I don't open them enough to even know what I got. So I need time to be silent and listen more and take in what's around me.
Hi.
Who that be? Hello. We're happy to have you. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at, I think, with it. I want to absorb more than not absorb more, like retain, but like observe more.
Oh, okay.
I outwardly seek to pull in. I want to observe and see what inside comes to meet that observation. So it's like this motion. And that mirrors opening the chest.
Gaining intellect, meaning somebody said that. I forget who it was. It was probably in one of the books I read about seeking intel. You're seeking intel.
Yeah.
For your mind
to compute along with it.
Yes.
To play with the information instead of trying to cram shit down that is already inside of me that's distorted anyway. Now that I'm working on de-distorting what's inside, I can match what comes to me with a pure awareness and a pure consciousness. Yeah. So yeah, that helps me with motion. I like to describe things in like how it feels in my body, because that is honestly what kind of shamanic work points to, is like somatic. Experiencing is kind of it's a very small percentage of what it's a mindset shift into a shamanic type mindset, because you're going inward into parts that are stuck, that are dark, that house dark things that you'd rather not.
We should.
And you journey through the layers.
Like that on.
Oh yeah, we should. But it's about fascia too. It like I was telling you earlier in the car, all these spiritual concepts can be mirrored directly into biological things. Like the fascia is like a representation of the stranglehold that your trauma has on your perception of your reality. So when you untangle the things and the tendrils, but they can't be ripped and clawed apart because they were what holds you together. they have to be lovingly, gently tended to in order to open because they're so protective. That's what she was saying. I saw a woman today doing a massage on the mandible or on the masseter muscle, and she was explaining that the muscle holds a lot of memory, and so it has like a personality, kind of like you do. Like, and so it's guarded against all the shit that you've guarded against is all contained in that. So it's basically like someone holding all of that pain and you're poking at it. So you have to like put it in a state. It's tissue, it's living tissue. So you have to put it in a state of safety first, just like us with our mental trauma.
That's like the stretching technique that I learned where you do it 3 times and it's like very light stretch, like low medium stretch, high medium stretch, and do it 3 times so that each time it feels like it's safe, and then you get to, and then eventually you keep doing those things, and then you're like you fold,
then it opens
in all different.
It's like a flower.
Yeah,
it's honestly, it's like a flower. You have to. I mean, you have to be, like they say, do things in circles of 3s, and you're not pressing into the masseter. You're waking it up. Holding. You're gently opening the door to it, and then you have to like imagine it like it's very sensitive. It's almost like a battered woman. Like you wouldn't. I mean, not that I know because I'm a female, but like I'm sure males are constantly that are doing self-work are aware of women who have been harmed in some way and what that does to how they show up. And so people that are healing have to work through that block. And it's like that with a muscle. Like the male is as a healing partner, if they're in a relationship, the male and they're healing together or any whatever. But they're not going to come in with an aggressive take on opening you up. And that's with your physical, like with your fascia, with your muscles. But that's also emotionally, like they're going to know what the trigger points are that this triggers a deep trauma. So they're going to work to soften around that for themselves, to meet them halfway. So that's what you have to do is you have to create a safe place for it to open, and then it opens, and then you can apply the medicine, which is the pressure in this case. That's because for me, I was always in pain. So the only thing that felt better was more pain. Like I was constantly, so I would push as hard as I could, and it would just make it worse, but it would temporarily feel really good.
Right. So that's what you thought was just making it feel better. And then you're like, it's still not better yet.
It's just to feel something. Because it stimulates it in some way, sense. But your brain gets crossed between what feels good and what feels bad because you numb out completely baseline because you're in survival. So also, everything feels bad. But what is perceived as good is a whole new level of bad. That's why people get addicted to like painful things.
Well, and also working out, which you were doing a lot of.
That's my
and
version.
Then you're like sore. You're sore.
But I'm actually, my body's screaming that I just abused it. And
I'm you're like, well, I'm supposed to feel some type of way.
I'm adding a gold star to my ego because I'm hurting. Yeah. And I literally always used to say that so proudly, like, I'm not happy unless I'm sore.
Yeah.
But I was so disconnected from my body. I didn't know that sore actually meant screaming red alarms, inflammation everywhere. But anyway, I don't want to spiral about that conversation. But yeah, it's basically that with the jaw. And I don't even know how we got onto that.
I don't know. We get on some stuff, man.
That's why I love this app that we use because it generates our transcripts and pulls out sound bites and funny quotes, and it makes us sound a little bit less scattered. That's a good use for AI. We were just talking about how I don't like AI all that much, but how it's useful in some levels. But at some levels, it's more work than it is help for people who know how to design. For design stuff, at least for me anyway.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. My
Maddox
hands are dirty.
Giving,
so
I wish this was
I had a pedicure. I had a facial. Now I'm getting a manicure.
Oh, I thought she really went. I was like, I've been saying I almost went yesterday just for the sake of not having animalistic looking toes.
I know. I meant shoot.
They just feel like that. I don't think they're all that bad, but they really do. To me, they look like creature claws.
I just keep cutting mine, and the nail polish keeps growing, and then I'm like, I'll just cover it back over.
Me too. So me. That is so me. What do you guys think? if anyone interacts with this, let us know if you do the whole like, are you meticulous like pedicure person, or if you have nail polish on if you have color on your toenails, are you meticulous about it and you go get it done when you see like it has a hairline, or do you just fill it in, bro, and let it go, son, and then kind of nurse the pedicure to its end of life? Because that's what I do.
Give me that.
But I've gotten to a point where I don't even paint over it anymore, unless my feet are going to be visible, in which case I cave and I go get a pedicure at that bougie one on the Bethel View one.
Oh, wow.
It has like crystal marble everywhere, and I'm just,
oh yeah,
just like, it's like a little palace.
I go to Two Sisters because it kind of matches I like the way they have it decorated in there. And also you can go to any of them and they all do very similar job. Like if you're getting SNS, like it's so all thin and like,
I love when they do them thin.
The
first time
consistent.
When SNS came out, I was living in Atlanta, and the first one I went to was that basic ass Nail Talk and Tan that was on every corner back then. And now I think they've rebranded to look more LA, but it's the same shitty service.
Oh,
but
man.
Anyway, the first time they did it, it was like a mountain.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, this can't be right. And my nail was like that thick.
And then it like grows out and you have this wall.
Yeah, I was like, this is some geography. There's like topography going on here. Yeah.
Thank you. I know I'm dry and you're getting off my extra skin cells that need.
What do you guys drink in the nighttime for like to wind down? That if it's not alcohol, that's what I want to know. Because Rachel has her mocktail situation. I flip-flop between doing a golden milk and a cacao. Because you're ceremonially, you're not supposed to really do cacao late. You can, it doesn't matter. But it's like kind of supposed to be a gentle stimulant.
Yeah.
And it is a heart opener. But I just want to say, the first time I used the cacao that you gave me, the drops, they're little chalky drops, like, and they're Oaxacan spice, so they're like cardamom. They're like almost like chai, real cacao discs, and they're so freaking perfect, dude. It's pure. But anyway, the first time I had that, I think I don't know. I don't want to speak out of view, but when I recorded, it was around the time when all that stuff came out. Remember that thing I played for you today, like that heart opener?
Oh, okay.
It was like a heart.
Oh, yeah, because you brought that with you. That's right.
Mm-hmm. It literally like opened my heart, and
oh my God,
I actually felt the medicine.
That's so funny because you were like, I don't remember why I started doing that earlier today, and now you just remembered
doing what?
You were like, I don't know why something came over me to record that, and now you just remember. That's why.
Yeah, I think it contributed because I've worked with cacao in a deep ceremonial way on several occasions, and have experienced the gentle, like the camaraderie with the female, with divine feminine energy, with like feminine energy in general, and women, and the mother creator energy that's deep within all of us, like the shared womb. I felt like tapped into that. Like I felt, to put it on a practical level without it sounding like whatever that is perceived to sound like, but really once you're in that level of vibration, you can't express it any other way. Any other way sounds trite and concretey and thicky and sticky and gross. But from a practical level, what it feels like physically, it feels like you get kind of butterflies in your heart, like in your chest, and you can breathe easier, and you feel your feet firmly on the ground or your butt firmly planted. You finally understand what sit bones means, and your neck loosens up, and you get tingly in your cheeks and your jaw because you want to smile, because you feel loved. And essentially, and then you feel like this wash of like forgiveness, and then this sort of image of like everyone being happy. It's like this, almost like a fake movie of your life if it was perfect. Like you're like, oh, like if everything worked out. You feel all of that in like one instance, in one breath, when you have a heart opening medicine working the way it's supposed to. It's just like a lift of gratitude, and you just suddenly feel like selfless. You're like, I just want to share this feeling. And that's what the ultimate goal is. Anyway, so if you can drink some chocolate and it makes you feel all that, let's fucking go, right?
Not sweet chocolate, by the way.
It's not chocolate, it is cacao, but it is, and it's ceremonial. It's always, Rachel shared with me or gave me a supply of from a brand, I guess, that you found in that vein.
Searching, yeah.
I trust that you found that and the packaging indicates that it's well sourced from Peru and different places or wherever it is, and it's pure. It's literally purely just whipped up cacao.
I think I got it. I think I was listening to a
delicious.
podcast and there was all these different, ceremonial cacao links to it and stuff. So I got some
We should put a link in here
yes, I will
to share, because it
actually.
is like that's actually something that I was given, trusted the source, had an open heart and an open mind in order to like connect with the medicine that it is, and it worked.
And
I liked it, and I would want other people to know about it.
To be what is the word? Transparent. Obviously, it's a little bit processed in the fact that they dollop out these little discs for you, but it is them. That's pretty much
their format. It's
yeah.
just their format.
I mean, it's being
delivery.
processed.
It's a delivery
from
system.
Yeah,
and
it's the most
literally not processed. But we've talked about how the word process, we need to rethink that, because everything has to be processed. Even if you get it from the ground and you chop it, that's a process.
So they're taking, like, if you get the chunk version, it's not easy to cut. So this way it's just
you have to really work to extract the potable, like drinkable medicina of cacao in the indigenous world.
Yes.
So this is their middleman version of making it accessible to us the way that we live our lives.
Yes, but I will say, if you're at a yoga retreat and there's the cacao ceremony where you go in and you can either say your intention or whatever it is, or you can think it in your head as you slice off your chunk of chocolate, and you go around the whole table and everyone does it, and then it gets made, and then they make the cacao for you to drink, and you've all put your love into it, and that is also amazing. So I've
never done it like that.
I don't want to take away from that, but like if you're home and you want to have your friends over and have your mini.
No, cacao she's like a grandmother spirit, and she does not judge unless you're raping the planet to get her. In which case, as long as you have the source and the pure intention and the open heart, that's all I'm saying. I'm not countering you. I'm adding to what she said.
I was saying it for anyone that's like, oh, that's not
Oh no, because that's
just
why.
in case.
If anyone has a problem with the way you use the medicine, you haven't connected to the medicine.
Right. I was just going to say, then obviously you need to get some.
Yeah, and it's the only caveat is the source and whose hands have harvested it is the fundamentally important part. And so that's, to me, that's a foundational given for me, especially when it comes to things that are medicinal, that are from the earth, that the process of the medicine working starts with the hands that harvest them.
Ooh,
it's a chain of energy. So that's why it's important to look at the food that we eat, but not in a way of you need to change your diet because you're lazy. It's not that at all. It's question, what all went into this from ground to here? Is that in any way damaging me? And go from there.
I like it.
Mic drop.
Meaning now you can't go to any grocery store and get anything anymore.
No, that's not true. But
no, I mean, if you go an extreme, that
is exactly.
Yeah, but
if you want to go extreme, there's always an option for that, right?
Yes.
And I lean that way, so I have a lot of experience, and I can tell you where to put your bumper cars up. What is it? Bumpers? Guardrails up, and not do it. To put your bubble boy suit on instead of going extreme.
Yeah.
But I have the capacity for that. That's what I was built for. Not that I'm going to continue to not learn. I'm not going to not learn from the stretching that I do in my extremes, and it's not that I don't aim. I always work towards balance, but in my experiences, I've gained a lot of what not to do's and what to do's.
Yeah. But to each his own. Right?
Exactly. That's part of my personality and my makeup is to experience things that stretch my capacity to experience so that I can alchemize it and share the good parts so people don't make the mistakes that I made, but also have something to aim towards with learning.
Or loop it in for a little while, loop it out. Try something else. I love doing that too, the little cyclical, I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do this, and then circle back to it, and it's fun.
Yeah, I'm always doing that, always changing. We're always changing. So anyway, what else? I just got sleepy.
Oh, that's weird. Well, I guess you don't need your nighttime drink.
Exactly. Well, turmeric is neutral, I think, so I can have it either way. It's not nighttime.
I think with the milk and the warmth and the spices that are in it.
Yeah, like peppermint coconut cream tea. Sometimes just a herb. Oh, what were you gonna say about my golden milk?
No, I was just saying just the warmth of it, and it's just like a comforting thing too. Let alone the actual, there's specific spices in it that help you settle for your sleep.
So soothing.
And anti-inflammatory.
Exactamente. Es que when you there's this girl I follow on Instagram who plays drums and just like is loud, and she is from Costa Rica? No. She's from somewhere in Central America, but she jokes that she's a pale Hispanic because she's white. Her skin is physically white in color, but she's grew up in like Central America and Brazil, and then she's lived since she was a young girl in America. So she's an American girl, but so it's funny. And she always says, she gets her dad on and she'll be like, when you visit Latin America with a name like Derek, how would you say it? And the dad goes, Derek, and they spell it the way it sounds.
Oh my God, I think I have seen that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
So I'm always doing that, like, when you go to Latin America. But she says, I'm 32 and I can do what I want. Ah! And she like wears funny costumes, and she's a good drummer. And then she just does funny dances. And she says stuff like, sometimes in life, you think life sucks. But it's just like that. So you need to get up and look in the mirror. And she starts screaming like positive affirmations and puts metal music behind it.
Oh my gosh.
While she's dressed like Dora the Explorer. And it's just cool. Like, I was telling Elizabeth and Rachel the other day via a meme, I think, or something I saw. Oh, it was a comedian's video. It was what's her name's video. I can't remember her name right now. No.
Was it that one? Because I know you sent that. No, that was
a
little while
She's
ago.
A comedian who's like New Jersey, and she's so funny. She like hassles all her audience members.
She have blonde hair, or
it's like my color. It's like neutral.
Shoot,
it's like it looks like she probably highlighted it at one point.
One day,
and then just gave up. My shoe.
It's casual. It's casual on here.
Yeah,
it's casual on here.
But yeah, anyway, I forgot why I brought it
up. Because you were trying to tell us something through her meme.
Oh, I was saying that, yeah, she was in the car with her co-host, and they were doing car karaoke. And it's kind of fun because they bring like a full-size microphone in. It's just like one of those old school ones. It's funny.
Were there 3 of them in the car?
I was in the back.
Yes.
Yeah, I sent you
that.
And
I remember that.
So she's basically saying, like, he starts to have like a thing where he's like kind of joke, but not really, like freaking out. And he's like, I need a cigarette. And we rolled on the window. She's like, we're not doing that. You can't smoke in the car. Nope, you can't smoke in the car. I need you to calm down. He's like, I'm overstimulated. It's kind of funny, but it's like real,
Yeah.
And she's like, no, shut the fuck up. You need to listen to me. She goes, ready? And then they do this funny editing where it looks like he goes into like a psychedelic headspace, and he's like in and out and in. So basically, and then she goes, all right, Now let's talk about that weird donut thing that I made everybody the other day. And she brings up something hilarious and everyone starts busting out laughing. So what she's doing there is she's having him regulate his fucking nervous system, stopping him from, she goes, take care of your addiction right now. And then breathes. And she's basically like teaching him how to self-regulate through, though, never wavering from her character as a stand-up comedian. Like, which I believe her character is the most raw, pure expression of who she is. That's what I genuinely feel, because I feel like she's been doing so much work. I know nothing about her. I literally just started following her like within the last month. So I've only seen a handful of videos and I didn't go look anything up about her. This is just what vibe I'm getting off of her because of the jokes, the nature of her content, the way she self-deprecates, but she's also doing the work, you can tell. So she's actually not believing those things. You can tell the difference between, you know what I'm saying?
I wonder if she's worked through her stuff through
comedy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because a lot of them do.
You can tell she uses tools, because we were talking about that world is kind of dripping in toxicity, like not in any kind of gendered way, but it's a cutthroat. From what I've heard from people when they seem to be being honest and vulnerable, is that it's like a cutthroat, gross, and it's the people underneath are projecting and they're sickeningly dealing with it through comedy, where it's almost kind of sad, like maniacally, where you're like, oh god, or scary almost, where it's like that shit's not fucking funny at all. I've been kind of getting that impression that that's what a lot of the comedy scene has been the last like couple decades.
Oh,
but what
I heard the opposite actually.
Really?
I think it might also be the comedians.
Dude, yeah, there's like so many facets of it. I guess that's the hole I went down. Like the comedians that I grew up with, they all went toxic. So that's my lens. So it's totally probably, oh my God, yeah. I'm literally seeing me look this way and I can't see the whole other half behind me of like the whole other viewpoint that exists. So let's not put a label on it. But that's my experience. And for me, that's why this is so impactful, I think.
Yes.
Because I'm seeing a comedian come out of that scene because of the way her style tells me that she's seen the same shit that I've seen and been like worn down by it, but also had to participate in it, kind of like the gross old, like Dane Cook. And like, you know, that's what I went to high school. I was in high school and that was funny. And so that's what shaped my like hormonal sense of self, through self-deprecation and being cool with being made fun of. Like, you know, it was like that.
I mean, they still do that. Don't get me wrong, but they're supporting each other. I thought you meant that comedy was like cutthroat with each other.
Oh no, I think it's a whole community. I just mean it's a knives and bloody. I picture like knives and blood in it, like because of these peoples that were making it in big ways were primarily coming from like real dark shit. But what I'm saying is that it seems like the healing part of it has taken on a like the public view has embraced the healing side of everything. And so anyway, what I'm saying is the whole point of this is just that I'm obsessed with how she weaves in freaking spiritual ass
I like tools, that too.
And it's still, but it doesn't make you view her differently. You're like, she is literally being so authentic.
You can be,
and she's still freaking more than hilarious with it. But you can be more than one thing. But she can literally like, because I hate when I do this because I'm rambling and then I say because. And I want to round this thought out with this. I love seeing like that persona of a male, that guy, like, sorry, I don't know much about who these people are, but her co-host, like his vibe that he's putting out, his character anyway, we'll just talk about his character. His character is that of, he's trying to personally develop as well, but he's in that place of like, I still don't want to, but you can feel him being like, logically, it's starting to make more sense that I start looking inward and listening to these crazy bitches. Like, know? And I love seeing that. And like seeing that, no, my point is bumping up against that is dangerous sometimes, you know, because they have but that when it's not met with any logic, it's just terrifying. It's like a beast. Like the resistance to like that, like pointing your finger and judging things and calling and labeling things as crazy or something, or less than, or whatever you want to call it. Like to me, that is fear, but fear and rage without self-awareness is just a weapon against you if you're trying to go up against it, because there's no, like I was telling you before, there's no resonating at the frequency. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's cool to see the opposite of that, because that's all I've ever bumped up against. Just like, but I didn't know what was happening. I was just like, everyone hates me. It's like, no, it's the resistance is like deep down. There's a fear because I'm saying something that's very true that resonates somewhere in them that hurts to activate because it's pushing up against all the walls they built. And it's like someone's shaking my foundation, but really we're not supposed to have any of those walls.
Well, and she aggressively does it, or like, not aggressively, but like there's no other option. She gives them no other option. Like, you need to do, you're not rolling down the window. You're going to do this.
Yeah.
And
he trusts her in that moment, and he just does it and it works. That's the part that I love. I'm like, see, he
how can
had
she be so solid in that?
Mothered him for a second.
Yeah.
But not that it doesn't matter the gender, but like that's what mothering yourself and self-regulation is. And she's handing that tool over to him. So now next time he might grab the cigarette, which is fine, but maybe in 4 times he'll be like, he'll hear her voice going, look at me, fuck you, take care of your addiction right now. He's going to hear that because in his core, he knows that that's source, that's divine, that's God coming through her, gently saying, here's a way out.
Also, she backs it up with a joke.
Makes it comfortable. Now he's safe.
Yeah.
Back in the environment. Mm-hmm. It's about holding space in the right form.
For each person.
Right. And good night.
And we learned something.
This is good. I can't wait to read what the AI says. What the AI thinks our quote should be from this, because I feel like there were some good genius gems.
I didn't. I was just listening. Agreeing or not.
No. I need to have a mic on her all day because she says what's on her mind, and sometimes there's something that comes out that makes me, because I do too. So we just flow, we just chat, and then sometimes something that makes,
like, we should just be on the podcast all day because
there's like gems that float through the air that like almost is like, wait, did that just escape? Where did it go?
Yeah,
it's like a swirl glitter thing that comes up from us. I'm like, we need to write, that needs to be captured.
And then we're like, what was that we did?
Yeah, exactly.
Sandwich.
Yeah, squirrel.
Yes. Oh, I'm getting an ad.
Well, what time did we start? Because I'm trying to go on my body clock because I feel like this is like.
Well, it doesn't have to be any length of time, but it actually is.
It feels good.
About an hour.
Well, then that's perfect because my body was like, we're done there.
We're yeah.
I trust my body sometimes.
That's good. You guys, are you done here?
Or? We're getting 400 people are saying, yeah, it's good. We had a perfect experience. We love you. Good night. 400 of y'all, dude. That is just, I can't. Let's pretend.
I'm gonna cry.
Can you even imagine that we have 400 people on our lives every Monday night? How does that, like, it's mind blowing. 400 people. Remember just last month we only had 3, if any. And now every Monday, somebody's looking for, and it's 400 somebodies are looking forward to us. That's crazy. How does that feel?
I doubt it. Is that weird? It feels unreal.
No, that's how it's supposed to feel.
Yes, we are.
So pretend like a kid.
Oh, so I have to.
Believe, like,
so I can still just say that.
Even say the word pretend with like, we can pretend. Like you can even say like.
It's okay, Rachel. Just pretend.
But just pretend it's like 2 months.
I'm talking to myself, Rachel.
No, I know. When I talk to myself, it looks like I'm scolding her. Just pretend. Just pretend. But yeah, doesn't it feel like? Can you even? What
no, I can't. I'm
we
like
were just
shocked
in front of the fire like 2 months ago, being like, "Would it feel?" 400 people. 400 people.
400 people. Pretty soon, though, it's going to be thousands.
Oh yeah, because we already feel what it feels like at 400. Like we have like an average of 20 comments a minute, and that's very slow.
Yeah.
And so it's manageable. So that's why it's been really fun. And now that's why it's 400 because we're starting to engage with the crowd, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is freaking hilarious," because they don't know what they're doing, and I want to do that too.
Yeah.
So we're like, get in here and help us and do it with us because. There's nuggets that float around, and the more of us that float in our nugget pool, the more gems come out of the nuggets.
Yes.
I'm going to change that analogy.
Nuggets to roll around and become
gold that's swirling.
Yes.
Become gold.
Yeah.
Become gold bars.
Or polished something.
Yeah, like gold member because I'm from Holland. Isn't that
weird?
And then I did the legs.
Oh,
Take it quickly.
smelting
It's salty.
Save this one for later.
Yeah. This is a box.
Okay. There's a dog.
Well, I think we should be.
We're gonna go.
Done.
Thanks for all you people.
We'll see you on the other side of YouTube, and we'll have some funny keywords to attach.
By the way, America, we are hitting. We are in the
Indonesia,
the Philippines.
We're number 100.
100. We are number 100
in the Philippines. For the category of what was it?
I think like
makeup,
women and relationship. No, like friendships and relationship of women.
Okay, so in the Philippines, so y'all don't even know what heat is about to get brought to this algorithm.
There's a competition and a challenge now
because Indonesia's coming for you.
Yeah,
with views. Never mind. I take that back. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Anyways, okay. Is that a new light?
She's ready to be done. Okay.
Okay, we're going. All right, you guys.
Peace.
Have a great evening. Have a great evening. That's so loud. We're going.